Seamless as ever. Hello, welcome to the PM Live show. We are with you live. Originally, we do these sort of recorded, but because of the COVID thing, we're back to doing things live in the afternoon. So we're going to be with you for the next hour a bit, or forever how long we keep yapping on for. You know what it's like. Get on a tangent, get on a rant, and we'll be here all day. Anyway, over to our newest member of the PM team, Andy. We're actually at the PM top as well now.
We've got them on order.
Anyway, we trust you're all doing very well. You've all had a fantastic start to your new year, obviously in lockdown, which is pretty good from modelling point of view. At least you get plenty of time to do modelling and stuff. So yeah, lockdown, part 3. Revenge of the COVID.
Hey, the return of the lockdown.
Yeah, the return of the lockdown, definitely. Anyway, we are live over all the usual bits and pieces. So good afternoon to everybody who is with us in YouTube chat. I can see you all down in there as well, so well done. Hello to everybody who's in the actual Forum Models chat as well. We did have a little bit of a problem there because we all had to log back in at the beginning. So yes. Anyway, if you haven't been keeping up with the shows that I've been doing over the last few days, I know they haven't been open to the public. It's purely for the members things. We said before, we are going to be doing the COVID shows, but they won't be every day at 2 o'clock like we've done in the past because technically we've got jobs to do and stuff like that, but we are going to try and fit them in as best as we can. So what we're planning on doing is obviously this show, normally it's recorded and I edit it and stuff. We're going to do it as live. So the Wednesday shows will be live for the next couple of weeks. Thursday night show is live anyway, as you know. The Friday one we're doing the afternoon we'll make live. The Tuesday Q&A show that I tend to do, we'll do that one as live as well. It may be just the Monday one might be all over the place. We're not quite sure how we're doing that one. But yes, so welcome to everybody who is in lockdown. Good job.
Christian says Switzerland is prepared for one right now. Well, we're not prepared and we're in one, so.
Yeah, we're never prepared for anything.
We've had a year to be prepared, we're still not prepared.
Yes, that's it. So anyway, well, mind you, I was out this morning. It didn't feel like lockdown when I did the post run. Everybody's out and about. So
I tell you what, it's been busy up here as well, isn't it? And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Anyway, we are obviously the PM show, so it's all things kit related in that. Obviously, the big news is that Airfix have decided because their website crashed not to do their live stream this morning.
So they'll do it tomorrow and it'll crash tomorrow instead.
So yeah, they're going to crash it tomorrow instead. So you know what that's going to be. It'll be look what you could have, but you're not going to get it this year show. Which is, to be honest, pretty much what this world's been this last year, isn't it? Because obviously everything's been put back. So all those kits that we were expecting from Airfix to have last year, we're going to get this year now. And then so you might actually get these in a few years' time, whatever they're going to release.
Isn't it? It's the 2022 release schedule.
Yes, it's the 22 release schedule that they'll be releasing and talking about and stuff as we go through that one. So yes, it is all a little bit weird. As I said, this is purely lockdown. I suppose we could talk about really just for the moment, because it's our most asked question with PM at the moment, is obviously shipping to Europe. That's my answer. Seriously, I tell you what, I know, it was lastminute.com completely with Brexit. Considering we've had 4 years to get ready for this, it's been seamless, clearly. But I know it's very frustrating for you guys because I've had your frustration emails. I know Matt's had a gutful of them as well, with people trying to order stuff and they want bits and pieces and stuff. But we physically can't ship to Europe at the moment because we're not sure about various VATs, when it's removed, when it's charged, how it goes through. It looks like we're going to be having to use a shipping agent for doing this. At the moment, we're trying to sort it out with DHL and the various bits and pieces that we use anyway, but none of it, honestly, is straightforward. It is just literally a minefield because you speak to one person, they'll tell you one thing. You speak to another one, they'll tell you something completely different. Until we know exactly what we're doing, then at the moment, we're just holding fire because obviously one of the biggest problems we've got is that, yes, we can ship it, but it's going to cost you more than whatever your buying's worth, and that's the big thing. At the moment, it's just absolutely horrendous. So until we can actually get some definitive answers, and we've got, obviously, if we are working through DHL or whichever courier we're going to be using, and obviously for exporting and stuff like that, and then, this goes both ways because we've got stuff we need to get into the UK as well. And at the moment, we're not quite sure how that's working. So unfortunately, it just does put us all into the limbo of we don't know. It's as simple as that. So we can't really pass on information to you guys about it because honestly, we don't know ourselves. And until we do get definitive answers, we can't do anything. So
yeah, I mean, Christian's put up because he's in Switzerland. Yeah, we can ship to Switzerland because you're not in the EU. It's EU members that we can't ship to at the minute because we need an intermediary, I've been told. And my other half has been on so many seminars so far because obviously she's an accountant and got obviously some of her clients that deal with the EU are in the same boat. So we're hoping to, like say, we have got an account with DHL. We'll have a word with them tomorrow and use them as probably the intermediary. It's just not as straightforward as like when we go through the, say to the US, which you think you print your forms off, you fill them in, you sign your export and import and all your other bits and bobs, strap it to the box, it gets picked up, it gets to the US. It's not that straightforward into the EU, unfortunately.
No,
it's become a bit of an headache, to be honest.
Yes.
So just bear with us. Hopefully we're going to get it sorted out within the next week. So I know Leslie's got another seminar on Friday about it. It is about as clear as mud. But yeah, we'll see what happens with it, really. And somebody's at the door. All right, Leslie's answered it.
So that's our state of affairs of how we are. Just to give you a little bit of a run round of what's been going on at the PM store, you might notice Andy's been very busy manoeuvring things round. So what we're trying to do is obviously, when we started, we didn't have any stock. So we sort of grouped areas together. And now as we've been taking on more and more manufacturers and we've got more and more, bits in there, we're trying to break it up now to make it a little bit easier. So some of the things that have been happening on there, obviously the Flooring Models products one is now completely separate. So it's just obviously the Flooring Models products are down in there now. So what that's done is free up, we've got tools and accessories area. This is over here. So as you can see, we've sort of done it, or Andy's sort of done it alphabetically, haven't you, Andy?
Sort of.
Sort of.
It obviously starts with A, but then because of some things sell better than other things, I've like put Trumpeter up, then Tamiya is well up, whereas like Revel things are down the bottom.
Yes.
Because they don't sell as well. But yeah,
absolutely.
There is a bit of method to the madness, but not a lot.
But it does group it a little bit better as we make our way through, as you can see down in there, and then obviously other areas are coming online. So obviously we've got the real colour paint sets. We've got the extreme metal areas now. Any other areas, Andy?
No, that's it so far.
Yeah. So hopefully it just makes things a little bit easier when you're clicking. Don't forget the search does work. You've got your little search bar at the top here. So you can actually pop in your whatever you're looking for and it should pop up in there as well as we're going down in there. So yes, that's the biggest ones in there as we make our way through. Definitely. Cool.
So, just going back, because Joanna's just put up, right, she's ordered some railway stuff from the UK and the price is normal. It's not to do with the pricing. It's to do with how you've got to ship it and the paperwork and the process of doing it. It's not that straightforward, to be honest. And if this company or any other companies are doing it where they're just taking it to the post office and it gets, sent to you or wherever it's going, they're going to get a nasty shock because it will bite them. And we obviously need to be crystal clear on how we're going to do it and deal with it, because I don't want a massive fine in 6 months' time that we've been doing it wrong.
Yes. And to be honest, that is there's a legal requirement to all of this as well. And to be honest with you, that's why with the Flooring Model side of it, with the EU members, we've had to suspend all of that at the moment, purely because it's not even the cost of it and everything else that goes around. It's purely, if you don't get it right, the fines that can be imposed on you would kill us, absolutely kill us. We just wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that. So we want to make sure we're crystal clear. And I'm sure there is other companies out there who will quite happily send you stuff and the various bits and pieces. And obviously perhaps they're not declaring or whatever the way they're doing it, and they are. And I can't vouch for those companies. But from our point of view, we don't want to be, as I say, Matt says, 6 months down the line, and all of a sudden we get caught for something that we did 6 months ago and end up with a £10,000 fine for it, because that would kill us overnight. So yeah, that's why we're just trying to be crystal clear with everybody at the moment. As I say, it doesn't affect anything in the UK, or to be honest, anywhere outside of the EU. It's purely just the EU. Again, prices to the US are incredibly expensive, and that's just been going up, but that's just COVID this year. But everything else to the EU at the moment, we're just stopping it the same way as obviously I'm not taking on any subscribers at the moment until we get everything sorted out. We know what we're doing and so forth and so on.
Problem is, if they're a company that are working out of the bedroom and aren't that registered, then they can possibly get away with it to a certain extent for a while. But as we're a bigger company and are that registered, and there's all the implications that go around with that, it's you can't take the risk, can you?
No.
It's not worth it.
No.
It's definitely not worth it.
Absolutely.
Like I say, we're in the process of sorting it. So hopefully, with the next few weeks, or probably sooner, we will have something in place that's all legit working, and we'll be back to posting wherever. So it's just obviously we've just come back off a holiday.
Yes.
We left thingy on the 1st of Jan. Obviously, we would obviously on holiday and over the Christmas thing. So we're now like on catch up of sorting out everything. We're only like 3 days in from the new start time. So got to give us a little bit of time just to get our heads around stuff. So.
And again, it'll be one of those things. It will sort itself out. It'll all come out, and there'll be new systems brought in place, and they'll be sorting out everything. And again, it's just one of those things. At the moment, everyone was on holiday. Everyone's come back off holiday, and now nobody knows. But again, give us time. It will sort itself out. We'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So, yes. Anyway, go on and talk us about the things you got behind you, Matt.
So,
Look,
as you can see, at long last,
yes,
they're in. They got delivered.
I'm going to say, with everything that hasn't been delivered, and the one thing actually we'd sort of given up on turns up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So the F-15s are in. Andy has been invoicing everybody who's pre-ordered one last year, 6 months ago, however long it was. So if you want to check your inboxes or wherever to see if you've got a...
All the UK ones have been invoiced.
Yeah.
We've still got to do the ones to Murica and the colonies across that side. The people in Europe, we're still...
Yeah, you were in a bit of limbo, were you? Again, sorry, in Europe. So if you pre-ordered one in Europe, you might have to hang on a bit till we can get everything set up and into place, and then you'll get an invoice for it. But yeah, they are in. We're going to get a care package set up for Phil, so we can get his down to him this week, hopefully, so we can start building it straight away.
The postage is a little bit expensive, but if Matt holds one of the boxes up and show you.
Well, you can see behind me, they're massive. So postage is postage at the end of the day. So, it is. It's got a good courier. It can't go through post office. So
big.
It is. And also, as you can see above, we have the pibbers in. So yeah, the Tamiya pibber, which I thought, like Phil did when I showed him, it had been discontinued, but it's not. So as we're doing the C6 SIG,
yes,
it would be quite a nice thing if people are interested for building.
So you could do it as Jeremy Clarkson.
Yes.
Because he had one done. Or you could go for an Apocalypse Now type of thing for it. So yes, very nice PBY. So,
yeah. And then below it is a one-off in the specials. It's not something we deal with really, RC, but we managed to get one, and that's it. So if anybody wants a Blackfoot, which is I think an original sort of like my Sand Scorcher, isn't it?
Yes.
Type of, to go with the Hornet and the Midnight Pumpkin and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got one of them. It's one of them it's got a little bit of damage on the box, if I'm honest, and it's got a crease underneath. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's no radio gear. It's obviously we'll go forwards and backwards, and that's it. But that's a £205 retail kit.
Yes.
If you can get one.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's because they're discontinued as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I think so. I don't know. They've got none in stock at Hobbyco anyway. I know that. So if anybody's interested, I know it's not something we deal with, but I say if we can get stuff like that, we will get them and pass them on if anybody's interested.
A little bit different, as I say. Cool. So, very good.
And also, if he flicks over quickly to Hasegawa
section. Hold on.
We have had some Hasegawa in.
There we go.
It's there somewhere. So there are still a few out of stock, but we've had the Sea Kings are back in, the F104s, the GR7s, the Typhoon down the bottom's back in, and we're doing some others again, probably might be the end of this month, beginning of next. We've got some more bits and bobs coming in. Oh, the F86 Sabres in as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we're definitely getting some more Typhoons in. Euro Typhoons are coming in. And I think there's a few other bits and bobs will be coming in as well. So yes. So I'm thinking F104, good for the 60s one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Helicopter's good for the C6 one.
Yes.
Don't know about the Harrier, just build that.
Seeking for the 60s and
Seasick. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it?
Very
So
nice.
yes, and it's what we've got. Once they've gone again, they've gone. It's one of them with Mazigawa. We'll restock it when we can.
Yes.
And then we've got some bits. If you go to where you was with the Blackfoot in the offers
specials.
section.
Yeah.
Again, we've still got stuff on offer in there. So a few damaged boxes and bits of things going cheap. There you go. Look, there's a nice Hellcat at the top.
Yeah, got a Hellcat.
Little 70-second one. But yeah, there's bits in there from cars, bikes, whatever. So got the Lotus back in as well. If anyone's interested in the Lotus, the 49C with a damaged box there, and yeah,
very nice. But yeah, it's got some specials. So if anybody wants any special deals and things like that, that's obviously in the specials area. I take it we haven't got any new arrivals because
yes, there is some in new arrivals. Yeah.
Is there?
Well,
that's new to everyone. Andy's obviously been busy.
there's obviously the patrol boat and the Ford GPA, which Matt's going to build a Ford GPA for his.
Does that count as a C6 SIG?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing for the C6 SIG. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got a bit of an idea what I want to do with that, to be honest. So yeah, I'm definitely doing that for the C6 SIG. I was toying with the Pibber, but I can do a bit more, I think, with this Ford GPA than I can with the Pibber at the minute. So
yeah.
And also, if you scroll down the bottom, Phil, we've got some new Vallum in.
Ooh.
And look at the one with the twin pin, counts for the Anzac Australian one.
Fair enough.
Got some nice decals with it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
As I say, is it civilian markings on that? Yeah. There you go.
They get a nice palm tree.
Yeah, that's it. Got palm tree on the tail.
And the Viking as well, the Vickers Vikings in as well. I don't know if that will count for the 60s. I don't know when they were retired, they might have still been banging on, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they were more late 40s, early 50s, weren't they? But not 100%, but yeah.
What do you say? Something for the Australian one, if you want to do something for the Australian bits and pieces in there.
Yeah, and then as in restocking and stuff, we're on that now. We're back, so obviously paints, tools, whatever. We're going to get some orders in. Obviously, I know people are waiting for levelling thinners and stuff like that, so that'll probably go in for an order for all the Mr. Hobby stuff tomorrow, and tools and everything. So just keep an eye on that. Obviously, if we're doing daily shows, we'll keep you informed of what's in and what's not.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. As I say, we tend to do the daily shows. I did have a think I might actually get one of my little 70-second scale kits out and have a build.
Do you need another helikit?
No, I'm not going that far this year. Last I did a hella. Yeah, I'll end up doing my seaplane. Okay.
So what you got in 70-second then in your stash?
I've got quite a few because I got them left over from when I used to do the teaching. So I've got the Airfix 70-seconds, all their new type ones. So I've still got like the Spitfire up there. I've still got the Harriers, some of their other bits and pieces, but I've got a cupboard full of them. So I did think might get one of them down and could bung them together. I might do something slightly different. As I say, it's a bit difficult when you're trying to read and do these things and build at the same time, like last time, but it can be a bit of fun. So, yes.
Tim, Nathan's building Pranjit Spitfire and he's doing a video of it. Doing a video build.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be building, if I get a chance, the new Airfix 170-second German Firefly. See what that's like.
Yes.
because there's also that I can't get hold of Pranjit's Tiger One at the minute. Everybody's sold out.
Yeah,
so
they've gone.
I'd have a go at doing that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have a go at the Firefly because again, 70-second hopefully can build it and chat at the same time. Really.
Yes. So, like, say, Rob says here, sorry to say, but I hate that kit Phil's doing. That's not nice.
So
It's a
does
nice
Phil.
kit.
Yeah, so does Phil. It's
I
not
don't
his
remember
genre.
seeing it in Star Wars. Was it in? Yeah. Anyway, J.J. Abrams seriously harmed the Star Trek franchise. I thought they were quite good, the new ones, weren't they?
I like the new. Do you know what? I don't like Star Trek. I'm not a fan of Star Trek, like original or Picard or anything like that. I actually really enjoyed the new films.
Yeah.
Each to their own, innit, I suppose.
Yeah, I must admit I do as well, and I quite like this thing. It was quite out of them all of them. I think this one's the nicest because you've got the blues on there and all the colour and the markings on there. It's actually quite an interesting thing to look at. Most ships are just grey and big, so at least it's got a bit of colour on this one. So actually, I'm quite looking forward to getting into the painting stage and everything with it. Should be all right. Should be a lot of fun. But yes,
The thing, I mean, is put like obviously if they change the shape of the Millennium Falcon, there'd be riots. Like, you can't really change the shape of a Millennium Falcon, can you?
well, they did a bit because they did put the escape pod on the front for the solo film.
Yes, they did.
So
yeah,
it was slightly changed as well with that one. So I don't know.
I suppose with the Enterprise.
I think it looks more like the original Enterprise, that one, than it does the Voyager one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I was just about to say, I know like they changed some of the engines, the shape of the engines and whatever on them. But it still looks like an Enterprise to me. I don't think you can
it's still got a
it
giant frisbee on the front.
Yeah, exactly.
The toilet seat, as I've been calling it, and it's got these bits. So
yeah.
No.
The thing is, like they got blown up and then new ones built, so they're gonna not build it exactly the same, would they?
That's it. They'll learn by their mistakes.
It's natural progression, isn't it?
Although, from a modeller's point of view, how they're going to do the new one for the TV series, because they don't, the engines aren't even attached to it, are they? They have this thing where the engines are just hovering next to it. They're not jointed. So how are you going to model that? I'm not sure.
They've got new technology and the nacelles just
they sort of float next to it. So yeah, I don't know either. But there you go. How us modelers are going to get around that problem? I don't know.
So what's this for? The new series?
Yeah, it's the new series that's on Netflix.
So when's this set in the Star Trek universe?
Well, you can't actually answer that one because they've been jumping through time on it, so it's a bit iffy.
Thousands of years.
This is one of the things, I must admit, I do watch the new one. I do quite like it, but they are time travelling a bit. So
Is this Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
32nd century. Well, I won't be around then. That'll be back. So, all right, okay. So this is on Netflix, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Will the PM store have the new dropper Flory bottles? They will, as soon as I make some up, and I'll get some sent up to them, but they will have those. I know Brett's got them over in the States because he had a logo over to him last week, or just before Christmas. But yeah, I'll get them sent up, and obviously PM will have some pigments as well and bits and pieces, so it'll run basically a mirror to everything we got here.
Do they swear in Star Trek now then?
Do they?
Is the foul language?
It's the modern version.
That's what Nigel's just said. I like how they swear now. So,
do they?
Yeah. What? Damn and
I can't say I've
blast.
actually noticed, but there you go. Yeah, thin piece of wire to suspend the engine nacelles. Jesus.
I like how we couldn't understand anybody from, say, 500 years ago because English has changed so much. Yeah. But God knows how many centuries in the future and we can still understand them perfectly well.
True.
Good point.
Mind you, I did see an interesting, completely off topic, but I was watching some drivel, obviously clearly on Netflix, and it was talking about aliens and talking to aliens and stuff. And they pointed out, we can't even talk to the dog. So how are we supposed to talk to an alien? They're all on about, it'll be fine, it'll be everything else. As humans, we've never communicated with any animal, even on the planet. So how you expect to talk to an alien?
Hey, when I was awake at 4 o'clock this morning, I had an epiphany, right? Point Break film.
What, the new one or the old one?
No, the old one, the original,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. Point Break, the story
Yeah.
is exactly the same as Fast and the Furious. It's the same story in a different scene, isn't it?
To be honest, I've never watched Fast and Furious.
Well, Andy has, hasn't you?
I have, but
Think about it. The first one, not all the franchise, the first Fast and the Furious film, a policeman has to infiltrate a gang that's robbing people.
Yeah, true.
And then he gets sucked into the racing. He gets sucked into surfing, yeah?
Mm.
And he's torn between Sally Shot, Patrick Swayze, like thing he was with Vin Diesel. It's the same film.
Yeah, they've just rewritten it with cars instead of surfing.
So that's why we're doing it 4 o'clock this morning when I was awake.
thinking about Point Break and...
I don't know what. I tell you why, because I was looking through what films have been on Catch Up TV, and Point Break was on BBC. Must have been a few days ago, because it's years since I've seen it, because it's actually quite a good film, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't know, it must have been in my subconscious, and then obviously God knows where the Fast and the Furious bit comes from. It's amazing what your brain does to you, isn't it, when you wake up. But yeah, so not very original, is it?
Richard says solution, universal translator. I can assure you it'll be called either a Google Translator
or Google.
Yeah. Gonna have some name to it.
There's a quick one here. Magnus says, hello, Mr. Flory. God, I'm in trouble. If somebody calls me Flory, I know I'm in trouble. Phil, please. Do you have a real store, or is it all online? Oh, no, we have a real store. It's not open. Matt's at it. So, Matt, there you go. Poke us out the window. There it is. It's out there. Ta-da!
And by the way, as you can see, these Attacker paint sets, they're going up for sale, because me and Andy's going to go through them, and we're going to clear them. So if anybody goes, oh, they're not in stock, we know, but we've got to sort through them, and then they are going up for sale, as in ASAP, to clear them out. So, as you can see, look, there is a few in there.
Yes.
It's just we've got to sort out if there's any leakage ones.
Yeah, find the leaky ones and bin them.
Find the leaky ones, and then the ones that are good will be going back up on the site.
We'll have a little disclaimer on the box, so they were fine when they left us.
Yeah.
But no, we do. We normally, as I say, it is open and all the rest of it. But since COVID, obviously since March last year, we have closed it. So we're just purely online only. But normally, hopefully, this time next year, we'll be back to normal. Unless the virus mutates. And we'll be sat here still saying, this time next year would be okay. But yeah, no, normally we do. We've got, above where Matt is, we've got a big mezzanine level, and it's probably going to be full of kits shortly and everything, so we're running out of room. But normally there's we've got all our built models up there to display, and we've got some friends of ours got their models up there as well. So yes, it is. It's a fully stocked, you name it, we've got everything in it. So, but at the moment, unfortunately, it is shut.
I was laying all the auction sales all over up on the mezzanine floor.
Oh, is that what's up there now, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All sorted out, ready to go.
Yeah, so it's in Doncaster. Bentley in Doncaster.
It is.
Phil, your dogs know exactly what they're saying. They probably do, actually. Yeah, my dogs do speak human, but I don't speak dog. Because when I try and talk to them, they don't listen to me, unless I've got a biscuit in my hand.
That's it.
Especially our smaller dog, if it sees a bird, it will run off and never come back.
That's what they're bred for.
Well, true, yes. I have pointed this out. It is a gun dog, but normally you shoot the bird before you send the dog, not just let it go and try and catch it on its own.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're supposed to actually bring them back as well, aren't they?
Yeah, that would be handy. Not just keep running off in a different direction.
Yeah.
Labrador couldn't pay to get rid of it. It literally will always be in line of sight. It never goes anywhere. So. No. Gordon says, are the PM deliveries within the UK going out okay? Yes. Yeah, UK stuff is unaffected. I've done a post run from down here today. I know Matt's been doing them as well. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Obviously, the only thing we can't speak for, technically, we are in full lockdown now. So if it may be a delay, I know most of them, there's no such thing as next day service. So, you know, if you do get it next day, it's a miracle. But everything is going out same day. Do you guys see the new Armour Hobbies 2021 announcements? We did. Me and Matt were going through them, weren't we? And yeah, they look very nice. The Hurricane does look nice. The Mustang looks nice. So yes, some interesting stuff in there. It'd be, you know, be
Yeah,
good.
it'd be definitely interesting to see the scaled Hurricane
Yes.
Yeah.
when it comes
Yeah,
out.
the Hurricane does look really, really nice, and obviously it's the nice one as well. The Mustang as well, like me and Matt were saying, you can get the British version is in there because it's got the bubble top.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
got
it's
the
an early
normal
one, isn't it?
split one that opens up as well. So looking at
Yeah.
it, it looks like you're going to get the British one, and you're going to get the standard early one, you know, the Razorback type.
Yeah.
So yeah.
ICM have got some nice stuff coming out, haven't they?
Mm.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
This year.
Does look interesting.
Mm. To be honest, there is some nice. The other thing as well is border models are now doing 35th scale kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 35th 109 and Stuka. About time they got them in proper scales.
So, you know, this is the thing. Is this, you know, we speak about scales quite a lot, and our big thing has always been technically they should bin off 32nd and just do 35th, because then that way you've got everything in 35th scale works. So obviously all your armor, your support vehicles, your figures, because they're already in 35th, it would work perfectly. Does this mean that border models are literally taking it by the horns?
Yeah.
And saying, right, this is how we're going to go now. Because if they're doing a 109 and they're doing a Stuka, you know, it does make you wonder if they're going to be one of the companies which we've often said are going to literally turn around and say, no, we're not going to do 32nd, we're going to go 35th and going to drive our own way. I know this question sort of came up yesterday because I spoke about it on my show. And we were talking about 150th scale. Like, where the frick did that come from? But that, again, it's a Japanese company back in the day, and it was a standard type thing.
The one thing I can't get my head around is ICM are going to release a Bell Cobra helicopter.
Yeah.
In 32nd.
Yeah.
Why?
Again, that's...
It's like fly your Wessex behind you.
Yeah.
That's a second. Why was that not 135th scale?
Yeah.
Helicopters are fantastic in 135th scale, if you ask me. It's a right scale for them.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Trumpy went down that route, and Academy's done a couple, haven't they, in 35th?
Mm-hmm.
But why don't the armour manufacturers go 32nd instead of 35th?
They did try. It. There was.
I know some have. Yeah, I know some have bought them, haven't they?
It's just not because I don't know. Because obviously Tammy were the first to 35th, and it's kind of just stuck, isn't it? Really, I think. And
like we said before, we've done shows on this. I think what happened is that the big companies like Tamiya trailblazed the scale that they wanted to do, and everybody followed them. That was the thing, because scales were all over the place until Tamiya sort of really pushed it through.
But Tamiya did it for batteries, didn't they? Because it was the right size.
It was the battery size.
C-type batteries.
Yeah. So, you know, from that point of view, you can understand it. But I still maintain, I think, you know, if I won the lottery tomorrow, which would help if I did it, but and started up a model company, I probably would say, right, we're going to go 35th for aircraft, if that's what you're going to do. Because, again, it just fits in with everything you could have around it, you know. And also, being 35th, slightly smaller than 32nd, I think it's a sweeter scale to go for. Because if you see helicopters, they just work really, really well, you know. And as I say, I've built lots of 35th scale stuff. I'm just about to do the SH-60B. And again, even not folded up, it's not huge. It's just a nice scale to have it, you know. So, yeah, definitely. I think in some ways it would be nice to standardize everything and go through. That way, if you are into, you know, doing model shows, especially if you're displaying models, having them set in certain scales, I think just looks quite nice. There's a quick question there, just flying up. Somebody was saying about lacquer thinners with Tamiyas. Yes, you can use it. If it's got a flammable symbol on your paints, then you can, it was basically an alcohol-based one. Okay, so it would be like an isopropanol alcohol into it, and lacquer thinners works with it. If it doesn't, then, you know, if it's healthy for you, you don't want to be putting lacquer thinners into it. We had this question yesterday about Vallejo Model Air. Somebody stuck lacquer thinners into it and it turned to glue. So, yeah, don't do that one. But yeah, if it's healthy, don't put lacquers into it. If it's not healthy, it's got flammable symbols and stuff like that. They're probably alcohol-based, and it's fine with lacquers.
I think I've got Roger's put a question up for me. What's the best colour to get a rusty look after chipping the top coat? So,
dark
anybody
brown.
answer?
Sorry, say it again.
The dark brown.
a dark brown to a reddy brown, isn't it? Depending on our deeper rust. I'm thinking XF10.
Yeah,
Like
I'd say, yeah.
XF10's a good colour. There's another one.
Hull. Which one's that? That
Hull
Hull
red
colour.
9 in it. XF9.
Yeah, that's it. That Hull colour's quite nice because it's like a deep brown, isn't it?
Yeah. And then obviously you can just go
The
over
reddy
it
brown.
with
The
either
best thing is, do you know when you see a piece of equipment like, say, a lorry trailer or something where it's all been bashed up on the sides from forklifts in it and what have you, they never look rusty. They always look a browny, sort of like oxidized colour, aren't they? They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like a red rust. It's like, it's just a browny colour.
Yeah. I suppose, obviously, as well, it depends on what he's doing it with. If it's sheet metal or obviously full on hardcore, like say, if it's like an excavator, they're made out of proper gear, aren't they? If he's doing like a rusty car, it depends. But yeah, XF10, XF9, something like that is a good base colour for chipping, and then you can go at it after that, really, with your however far you want to take it. I think Rob McCluskey's just got in full nerd mode on our chat with his Star Trek stuff.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'll look after the YouTube chat. I must admit, Star Trek, I do love it, but I know nothing about it, if that makes sense. Star Wars, I'm a bit of a nerd and an anorak with it, but yeah, Star Trek, I just quite like it.
This is where you need to come on a Thursday when John's on. He's a Star Trek.
Yeah, he's a Trekkie. Yeah.
So Keith, but also on a Valum Islander, how do you attach the instrument panel film to the back plate? So basically, how do you attach clear films to plastic? White glue?
Yeah, obviously, if you're doing anything, are we talking like decal type films, or are we talking just clear plastic?
No, the plastic films that you get with the instruments on.
Yeah.
Because normally you paint them like white, don't you? Behind
you do the backing, the old school way of doing it, wasn't it? You do the old school white on the back and then come forward with it. Yeah, PVA glue, I'd always do it.
Or PVA. Or you could use varnish, can't you?
Yeah,
so you could really, I suppose you could paint the actual backing plate white and then just brush some clear varnish and stick it over the top. You're going to get the same effect either way, aren't you? But it always seems to look better when you paint behind the film first and then stick it onto the back plate.
Because that's what I used to do, obviously, because it's like a negative, isn't it? And just put the white blobs or just brush paint white on the back, cut it to size and then stick it on with PVA glue. And do it that way. And then normally I put PVA glue on the top, and then with the holes in normally the instrument panel itself with all the bezels, and then I push it in and squash it so you get the domes that come out, like literally push through. Because the great thing is when they dry back, it gives you the glass face.
Yes.
Which I think is more natural than having the film, because the film's always very reflective.
Yeah.
James says, I'm sure Andy and Matt have been in open all hours.
I did say to them they have to have brown smocks for when you're working in the warehouse. Or Andy needs to have one, definitely.
Selling four candles.
It's paid in that way. And Matt's going to have the brown smock, and then Andy's going to have a tank top.
Yeah.
And we have a tin bath out on the front, hanging on the wall.
Paisley tank top. Tank top.
He's going to have a push bike to go with it as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Andy will be out delivering on a push bike.
Which then goes to the next question. How long does it take you to get to work now? On a push bike, about 3 weeks. It takes me about 45 minutes. It's not too bad. It's a nice steady drive. The problem is I have to go up the M1. And the M1 section between me and where I come off at Matt's is average speed cameras. Well, it's not average speed cameras, just like speed cameras, aren't they? Every 150 yards, I'd say. Pretty much. It's ridiculous. We must have the most speed cameras of any country in the world, surely.
Well, they do like to make sure you're doing it. I'm not being funny, because also they have to have cameras everywhere, is because now we don't have hard shoulders. So in case you break down, it keeps everyone at a sensible speed.
Yeah, right. Can I just say as well, Open All Hours was filmed not far from here.
Was it?
Yeah, you know the shop actually in Donny.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
It's the other side of town. Going over where B&Q is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming back to us It's not far from there. Yeah, there's a corner shop. It's actually a hairdresser's now.
I never knew that.
Leslie thingy, but yeah, it was filmed in Donny.
The Nurse Emmanuel live over the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, question here from hello. Will Hobby Boss or any other company bring a 1/72nd YF23 Dragon? YF23 Dragon made one a long time ago, and recently saw that Hobby Boss is making a 48 scale one. Hobby Boss did a while ago a 48 scale one because I've got it somewhere. I built it. It was the YF23. I thought it was called the Black Widow, wasn't it? Hold on.
Yeah, something like that.
Hold on, let me get mine. I did this as a one-day build.
I know who does one in 72nd.
So I did mine a bit weird and went for something a little bit different.
Isn't it, Andy? I know somebody who does one of them in 72nd. It's a Vesta and it's called an SU-57.
Yeah, that's it. That's what everyone's been saying, isn't it? So yes. But no, this is the Hobby Boss one, which I had kicking around in my stash for ages. And we did this for the turkey shoot, wasn't it? A couple of years ago?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, innit?
72nd or 48?
This is 48th.
I was going to say it's huge.
It is a big lump, yeah. So, yes. All right. Not quite a tail sitter, unless you do that. Well, then it's in takeoff. So, so yes. But that's actually, to be honest, it's not a bad kit. It's very simple. There's not a lot to it, but you can get some aftermarket for it. I think you can get some stuff around the engines, plating and stuff like that. But, yeah. Somebody is bringing one out, though, aren't they? Wasn't somebody bringing... I don't know. 72nd. I'm sure somebody did do it in 72nd. And it wasn't Dragon, it was somebody else. Can't think of it. Was it Italia who did it? Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, but that's really, really old, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure Italia did one.
Because that's like when they did their like stealth plane. Can you remember that?
Yes.
Just
which wasn't anything.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, literally. You could use that as proper sci-fi, can't you? Because it just wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Tim, the Cobra is up on somebody's website on their future releases. I'll give you that as a clue.
Yeah.
With the other ICM stuff, because we think they're doing an
OV10
Bronco. New tooled, hopefully in 48,
yeah.
Which will be nice, won't it? Andy will definitely have one.
No, I'll definitely have one of them.
So, yeah, it looks like doing that with ground crew and pilots.
And a Cessna
Sky.
Yeah,
you're doing a set, aren't you? They're doing a big set of that thing you're building, the Cessna. What do you think then to a Bronco in 48, Philip?
That and a Bronco into some figures in a set.
Yeah.
Well, the Bronco, again, yeah, very nice. You're going down that series. You mean you get a Mohawk?
Well, that's what. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did, because obviously the Rodin one is a bit
doggy,
difficult. I think the word you're looking for.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's one word you'd use for it. Yeah. I do like Greggy, who's pointed out that Spaniels die half trained, Labs are born half trained. That's absolutely spot on. Owning both, I can go with that.
Yeah. But yeah, Bronco 48 would be nice, I think. It's very underrepresented again.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a cool looking aeroplane.
Yeah.
Any idea when the ICM 132nd Tiger Moth might appear?
Well, this, soon, I think.
Any time now, isn't it?
I think it is actually pretty soon. So,
the nice thing with ICM actually is if they are going to release it, it's usually just around the corner. They're not one of these companies that say, "Oh, we're going to do," and they flash up all these images and you never see it again. Because they have posted up quite a lot recently on their Instagram page, I've noticed, and stuff like that. And it's coming. If they're posting it up, they've done all the work. You know, they do. It does tend to be. So obviously, the Tiger Moth, I imagine, will be any time now, literally. Yeah,
no, I think it is due. I presume if it's not stuck in a container somewhere, or in the back of a lorry, It should be with us soon. It's going to be that scenario, I think, probably delayed.
Apparently,
nice to see.
It's their next release. So
Yeah, it won't be long
we've
at all.
had a lot of interest in it, haven't we?
yeah, well,
Yeah, and he's going to build another one.
yeah.
Finish it.
I finished that one. Yeah. here's when I started earlier.
Border models are doing 109 in Stuka 35th. Yes, they are. If you have a look at their social media, you'll see it all on there. It looks all very good. Just what the world needs, another 109, another Stuka. But actually, this is 35th now, so it's all right.
Like I say, 135th, it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you? Apparently, there's a Tamiya announcement on the 21st of this month.
Is there? Ooh.
Apparently, I don't know what it's going to be, but yeah. So we'll see what's coming out, because obviously, if they're going to make an announcement, it's due for release, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Paul says, "Hi guys, in September I pre-ordered a 1/12 scale Bentley direct from Airfix. Delivery has been delayed several times. What's happening with Airfix?" We can't speak. We spoke to Pranjit actually the other day, who obviously is a designer for Airfix, and I did speak to him just before Christmas as well. We will get him back on. He did say he'd come on anytime we want him. He's pretty good. And we will get him back in on a Thursday show, and he can talk us all through some design stuff. And again, I think he's probably far more qualified to speak to it from us. But when we did speak to him last time, as was pointed out, because of COVID, production slots, they don't have their own injection machinery. It's not like, certain companies out there who do. So obviously they buy a slot. So what's happened is because they've lost those slots, they're having to work out what to do in the time slots that they've got for production. So some of it got bumped completely. Some of it got pushed back a little bit, clearly. So we're expecting like the Vulcan to be out very, very soon. So that one sort of imminently, as we know. So obviously that's their big one, but a bit like their Sabre got bumped off, didn't it? Pushed back.
Yeah, I think the date for the Vulcan's April.
Yeah.
So I think the Sabres do, and perhaps the Beaufort sooner, but yeah, definitely April that they're penciled in for the Vulcan.
Yeah.
But I know there's a post I was reading on a forum about the Airfix scenario and apparently they're really struggling for getting stocks.
Again, obviously the thing is that when COVID shut down, obviously most of the manufacturing for injection molding comes out of China. And although China seems to be very simply, got over the problem, which seems amazing, but so they apparently don't have COVID, so that's really good. And but the thing is that there's such a logistical problem right the way around the world. We speak about it all the time, like containers. Just getting hold of a container at the moment is an absolute nightmare, and everything is all in the wrong place still. And it's not getting any better. It's not one of these things where it's suddenly getting sorted out. But obviously shipping containers are in the wrong place. So a lot of factories have got warehouses full of stock and they're waiting for shipping containers to get it and then get it to the ports and then it can get shipped around the world and then obviously put off. But those empty containers have then got to come back, and then be done again. And so that's what the problem is. So I know for a fact from another companies that I deal with, and obviously with my brother, I speak about him, he does £1 million of stock and all the rest of it shipping around with his company, and it is this thing where their biggest problem literally is that they're having stuff manufactured in factories and it's in a warehouse with the previous order because it hasn't come out yet. So it's just this logistical nightmare of getting stuff round and getting things moved in and I know one of the guys in YouTube chat posted up about shipping containers as well. It's almost like a black market to get hold of a shipping container because whereas, like he pointed out, it used to be like $2,000 or $3,000 for a shipping container. They're going now for $50,000 because companies who can afford it are just basically touting out saying, if anyone can get me a shipping container, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there who's just happy to give up a shipping container and take the money. And that's what's happened. So some of it may be that it's just logistics, just moving stuff around. And unfortunately, if you are in amongst all of that, you are in a queue just to move it. And that's what the problem is. I know from my brother's point of view, they've got stuff that's been sat in ports literally buried in those containers you see on the telly, and it just ain't going anywhere because there's no room on ships to move it as well. So yeah, it's just one of those things, and I'm sure Airfix is into that thing. You know, it will be put in containers like everything else, and then it comes through the system. But as and when you get them is still a little bit of a lottery. Unfortunately, it's one of these things that hit everything hard, and it's not just that the factories aren't working; it's the logistics that go on with it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
and as James points out, containers keep falling off the ships. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
and a lot of companies have got people working from home and furloughed, and it's. To be fair, I'm just trying to get onto Airfix's site, and it's not boding well for tomorrow because their site is. I've been waiting 10 minutes.
Hey, they need more bandwidth.
Tell you what, if this is anything for tomorrow, it's a nightmare because it's not working at all.
Do you know what, with this Airfix thing, somebody made a good point, is why don't, to save this crashing, why don't they just release it like on Facebook at the same time and Instagram and across the board, so not everybody's trying to like funnel into their site to see it. It's everywhere, And
I'm not being funny, even I could do it. We could actually just put a video and have it released across all the social medias at the same time.
Yeah.
Or not coming to my site and just do it like that. Yeah.
Or do a vid like you've just said and whack it up and it's a bit.
No, that's a bit. It does seem a bit.
Yeah, old fashioned.
I think a lot of companies are learning this on the fly, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Phil, would you build a late war German tank with ambush scheme with geometric shapes? What's one of them look like? What pattern's that?
I know which one you mean. It's like got circles. They're all little circles.
Oh, right.
And they had some very weird and wacky things in the end.
Oh.
That's probably more my.
Yeah, that's Matt's side of it. Matt will do it.
Yeah, Matt will do it. And then I can delegate and I can say, Andy will do it.
Yeah, that's it.
I've done a few before in the past because what German army used to be a thing. I mean, I didn't build anything apart from German armor at one time. All I used to build. Yeah.
Apparently, they are doing Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, but I think what they're doing is that they are doing those ones, but they're streaming it sort of live from them. That's what the trouble is. So everyone crashes their site and then they can't get it out.
They're probably doing Twitter and YouTube linked to Airfix, website, and you have to click on a thing and go to Airfix website. And it's,
I tell you something though, right? I just take the negativity away off this conversation. It's nice that they're getting this interest of what
absolutely,
they release.
Yes, yeah. There's never been this buzz, and I think that's COVID again. It's generated a bit of a buzz now, the entire modelling thing. And that's what, when we had the show before New Year, we were saying about it. One of the great things from COVID, if there could be such a thing, but it's made the hobby whole again, almost real again. It's not an Anaraki thing because we've had, personally from Flory Model side of it, we've had hundreds of new subscribers and all of them are either first time modelers, never done it before, and they're in their 30s plus, or they're returnees to it that have thought, do you know what? I've got nothing else to do. I'm furloughed. The kids are driving me mad. I'm going to go get a kit, and that's it. But things have moved on so much. They're a little bit treading water with it. It's like, I remember I had to do it, but you see videos now and everyone's using all this new stuff and that's the thing to it. So in some ways, as I said before, as horrible as COVID is, for arts and crafts, I think it's been great,
Renaissance.
It is a renaissance. Yeah, definitely.
As long as tomorrow they don't turn around and say we're going to be releasing a Airfix Vulcan, a Cromwell tank, and Henry VIII figure.
Yes,
that would be brilliant.
And a blue tit.
Blue tit. Yeah.
Please, Airfix, do that, please.
Oh dear.
We all need a blue tit and a chaffinch.
Well, this is it, absolutely.
Oh, God.
They were saying maybe it's Tamiya releasing a 30-second P47. That'd be nice. Mind you, are we thinking it may be their 109?
Yeah.
We don't know, do we? It could be.
We do not know.
Another one.
Fucking 109.
Wrong. Hey,
The world needs another 109.
it's wrong scale anyway. It's 32nd, not 35th.
Yeah, it's 32nd. Nobody will buy it. Everyone will want the 35th one.
They've missed the boat.
Does anyone make a Hurricane 32nd scale? Go on, Andy.
Yes.
Show them yours.
It's downstairs. Do you want me to go and get it?
Yeah, go
Hey, don't crack the canopy.
on. Yeah, don't break the canopy.
Hey, you trying to say?
Here he
So
goes,
yes,
look.
Fly models do it. We've had this standing joke with Andy over his because unfortunately the canopy. I've recently just built the little 72nd Armour Hobbies one, and with it you get 2 canopies because when they slide it back, it's at a different width. And if you're like Andy and you press it down a bit hard, it doesn't break, but it gets frosted. So, but Andy has done a very nice one, I must admit. But
So,
Fly
yeah,
models, which I can back for Fly because that's what's above Matt's head. Look, Matt's head there's my Fly Wessex. And again, it's not actually a bad kit. It's one of those ones where it's not shake and bake. Where is he? Here he is.
Hang on a minute. One sec.
All right, he's going to dust it. I knew it. That's it. Clouds of dust.
Oh,
See, isn't that a lovely scale? It's a really nice scale. Being better if it's in 35th.
Even better if the aerial wasn't broken on it.
It's all right. They can't see it. Luckily, the resolution's not that good. Not when you're in full screen like this. You'd be okay. It looks fantastic. We can't even see the frosted canopy. Very nice.
The canopy's not as bad as.
I know. Well, we've said actually, to be honest, they're all like that in real life anyway.
Yeah.
Because the ultraviolet light buggers them up anyway. Don't forget, everyone, if you do need an anti-static brush, we do sell them. Have we got them in stock?
No, they're out of stock
Oh,
completely. Yeah, but we've got them on back order, but yeah, they've been out of stock for ages at Hobbyco.
Very nice. I see the underside.
If you're wondering about the colour, it's because it's Sea Harrier.
Yeah, it's the sea camo.
Sea Harrier? Sea Hurricane, sorry.
It's a Sierra.
Very nice.
Nice kit, actually.
Because actually, you've only got 2 options. You've got that one, or you've got the old Airfix one, which old Revell one, which is the monogram kit, which isn't that bad, but that's actually, I think it's very nice.
And before you ask, no, we can't get them.
No, we can't get them.
We can't
Look what
get
you could have had.
It's a shame, really, because they do some interesting subjects. If you say a bit limited run, but
Yeah.
the Hurricanes and the Wessex and some of the other stuff is unique to them.
Yes.
So yeah,
So Gordon says Airfix have the Beaufort, which is scheduled for last September again. So we've got the Buccaneer coming this year, haven't we? We've got the Vulcan, the Beaufort,
the Sabre, the Cromwell.
the Cromwell. Is the Cromwell out yet?
No.
No.
I don't know. I think that was it, wasn't it? I think everything else has kind of been drip fed through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't think of any of those off the top of my head.
James has said Andy's building an Eddard kit. What is it? The Eddard kit's actually a 109 that started before Christmas, but that was just like a filler, stocking filler.
No, this
just started doing the Rebel. I know where the box is.
Oh yeah, he's building a Revell kit.
Just started building that
Arado
seaplane, which the cockpit is pretty much together.
Very nice.
Needs finishing painting and weathering, and then my floats are together with about 10 tons of weight in the front of them.
I thought you was having it on a catapult.
I am.
You need weight.
I think
then?
it still sits back anyway. If I think it still needs the weight on it.
Oh, right, okay.
And then the engine is all built and
Hold on,
done
let me
all
put
ready.
it on full screen. There we go.
Which way am I going?
Oh wait, that's it. Very nice.
Very good.
So,
And then you can do it all again when your resin one turns up.
yeah, so I built that and I ordered a resin one as well. So, and then that's all going to sit on top of
Oh, hold on. There we go.
that. Just like that.
Very nice.
Keep him busy.
Keeps him off the streets.
David just put about the Sea Vixen. No, it's been cancelled, hasn't it? The re-release of the Sea Vixen
Yeah.
has been binned off and cancelled. So I don't know whether we'll see it again. I presume they must reschedule it because they know it fetches stupid money they can cash in.
Yes.
But it was supposed to be out last year, and obviously
if you want one, David, have a couple £100 and I've got one in the stash.
Regards from Chile. When are Airfix going to do a new tool, Buccaneer?
Yeah.
I think it must. I think it. Yeah, in 48 scale. I think it's a must for a British company. To be honest with you, you think we've waited how long for a Vulcan?
Oh, 40 years.
Since the first one was released. And they've only just done it now. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't go back and do it. But I can't imagine it being any time soon because it's still that thing. But I think the thing is that, with Airfix, they got so much pressure over the years to redo the Vulcan. They've done it, which is nice. But as they always used to tell me, all the time it sells. So obviously they've bitten the bullet eventually and gone for it. It would be nice. And again, it's you think you've got the Hunter. It'd be nice to have the Buccaneer. We've got the Lightning. We have got those classic British ones, and it would be nice because it is technically, it will be the last hole, isn't it, in the chain?
Tornado.
Yeah, but again, that's only just come out of service, isn't it? I think that's the thing, like we said, the classics.
What did you say?
Because obviously you got the Javelin, you got the Hunter, we got the Lightning.
Yeah, Vampire.
Yeah.
You ain't got that, have you?
You haven't got a Vampire, no, you're right.
So what else did you say?
Well, we're just saying, really, it's just the Buccaneer. Then after the Buccaneer, what we got after the Buccaneer? Jaguar. Then you're into the Harriers, but then...
No, it's a Jag, isn't it? It's a
Jag. Yeah.
My money's on a Tornado in 72nd.
Yeah.
And an Avro Hampton in 132nd.
Just because you want one. So yes, but no, it definitely is. I think they'll get there eventually.
Yeah, they will. They go through the catalogue, don't they? They're going, you don't know. It could be something completely new.
They could be going something completely off field, which
I don't know. What's in our museums that
that's it. What can we get some references of?
A
Sterling bomber.
Yes.
Or a Halifax they haven't done.
Mm.
Did you do the Nimrod?
We've done Nimrod.
Yeah. You've got the Nimrod, haven't you, Phil?
I have the Nimrod, yes. To be honest, I've actually got quite a lot of Airfix in here. They're bigger stuff because I've got the 48 scale TSR2. I've got the Nimrod over there. I've got the Victor. I've got the Valiant. And so I've got the Javelin here. I've got a Lightning here. So yes. What else we got down there? Yeah. The bigger projects. So yes.
It's got all the classics.
Got all the classics.
I do think one thing that could come out was the other Blenheim with the Mark.
Yeah, the Mark
4, is it?
Yeah.
That probably would be a logical one to do.
One with a better duckbill sort of front end.
Yes.
Stuart says in there, hello, question. I was thinking of buying the MiG Air Cobra Jimenez 0.3mm airbrush. Any idea if it's close to the Iwata in terms of quality?
I've got no idea who makes the
it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a Spar Max 1 or somebody. I don't know anything about them airbrushes, to be honest. I think best bet is to get a Proxon in it.
So
Procon Proxon. Procon.
Yeah, Procon. This is the PS270. Highly recommend it. It's basically it is Iwata clone, but it's all, as far as we know, Iwata internals. And to be honest with you, I've now, we're on year 3 with this. Still the original needle, still the original nozzle. At some point, it is going to give up. But you think the other one, which is still my daily drivers, the H&S ones, I go through every 6 months, needles and nozzles and all stuff with it. But I think really bang for buck and quality. I would buy another one tomorrow, literally. If anything ever happened to it, I would just go out without hesitation. If I was any other airbrush, instead of looking around and seeing all these fantastic ones, I'll just buy another one of them because it works. And it is a really, really good daily driver.
You could buy me another one any day you wanted to.
Yes, I did. I bought his, bless him.
Did you?
I was that impressed, I bought one for Andy. So yeah, but no, I honestly, I know a lot of people. I had a gentleman I spoke to last week actually, and he was saying about he's getting into airbrushing, what to do. And as I said to him, just buy one of those. It's straightforward. It's got everything you want. You've got obviously your built-in Mac valve onto it. You've got your lock at the back, and honestly, it's basically bulletproof. All my worries I've always had about those with that fiddly little nozzle on the front, I've never played with it, and I think that's the secret. Leave it alone. It's not anything's not wrong with it. Don't adjust it. Don't play with it. Don't take it off to look at it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no, we can't get them.
Yeah. So we got any questions in the
Yes,
PM bit?
I have. We got them in here as well. So let me have a look in here. Okay, Keith says, hi Matt, can you tell us when things move over to the PM store, will we get a discount code? Yes, so the PM store has got the code worked. So if you want the 15% off discount, only on flooring model stuff, it's not everything, because we're not that generous. But yes, you can. So the same codes and everything that I use on the flooring model site works on the PM site. So you can go off and get it direct in there. So what this means is, to explain this, if you was to buy a kit and some sanders and some washes, let's say, and I don't know, a bottle of paint and a paintbrush from the PM store, you will only get 15% off the flooring models range of stuff. You won't get it off of everything else, okay? But it will discount you, and you will get a discount that gets carried through. So yes. James says, afternoon Phil and Matt, many thanks for your sterling work of this year. Absolutely, round of applause for us. My last order arrived from Matt today. Good job. I think that might have been last year's question, actually.
So that's 14 days ago.
I was going to say, I've just read that. I didn't see that. And I think we've probably seen that one as well then, haven't we? Another order arrived safe and sound from Dominic. So yes, good job there. That's right, we'll scoot past them. Let's get to the newer ones. Good afternoon, Phil and Matt. Do you have any info on releases for the Zucamori Arado 234B? Is that the two-seat push-me-pull-me thing?
No.
No.
That's a Dornier.
That's it. I'm thinking of the Dornier, was it? Yeah.
That's the thing that Fly do, the jet engined bomber thing.
Oh right. Oh yeah. I know the one you mean.
Oh,
I didn't know they were doing one.
How did you know they were doing one?
No, I didn't know they were
Zucamori doing one of them. I didn't know they were doing one.
No, nor did I. That's all news to us.
So no, I haven't got any information because I didn't even know they were doing it.
No, yeah, good one, Wayne. That's information to us. Honestly, I didn't know anything about that.
But good news is, when they do, we will be able to get them.
Yes.
We've got a fly one in the. We've got a fly one in the shop. We had a fly one in the shop.
No, we ain't got one on that. Well, long gone that.
Yeah. Okay. George says, "Hi Matt, Kinetic 148 Mirage 3E arrived today on the 5th." There you go.
Well, got there eventually, George. Eh?
Did it take a while to get there? Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Graham says, I'd like to convert the Italeri 72nd H19 into the RAF Westland Whirlwind helicopter. Do you know of any conversions for it?
Yes, Whirlybird.
Yeah, Whirlybird do some good stuff.
Whirlybird, I think, do one. Again, why have we never had a Westland Whirlwind? I know there was the really old Airfix one, but that's it, isn't there?
Mm.
And I mean, that kit he's got there, the 819 from Italy, is worth an absolute fortune second hand. It really is. It fetched silly money, really stupid money. But Whirlybird, I think, is the company that did the conversions and stuff.
Yes.
For a Westland Whirlwind. Yes.
They do indeed.
Check them out.
Cool. Okay, Carl says, hi Phil and Matt, Happy New Year to all. Question for Matt, are you still able to get Bandai's Rebels 144 Slave 1 Boba Fett version?
We are when they're in stock.
Yeah.
It's a stocking thing as usual with them. It's we get some in and some aren't available, and then others aren't. So. But
it is actually available. It's just when they come in.
Yes.
So yeah, we should be able to get them back in when they do get back in, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Ash says, I see you have the 72nd Models Vit Mirage 3 in the store. Are there any plans to do a review? They look like to do something interesting in 72nd things.
You don't know we've got that, do you? You don't know what that is.
Well, I know what a Mirage 3 is.
I know, but you don't know about the models, do you?
No, I don't. When did you get them in?
Get them out of our friends on the continent.
Oh, right.
Shall I go and get it and show you?
Yeah, go on. I'll put you on screen.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. But whilst he's out, we'll move on. Sean says, thanks for the gesture for the EU members. My pleasure, not a problem. And please don't send me money. Just saying. As much as I'd love you to all send me money, because it would be lovely, don't, because I'll get into trouble.
My address is...
Yeah, yes. Yeah, care of, cash at. Right, I'll make sure I place a nice order with the PM store. Thanks. Although I don't even see any of that, so that's it. Look, there goes a Sam behind. Look.
We need to do this online learning.
Yes. Oh, look, he's here. Right, okay, go on then. You're on. Action.
What?
Ooh, very nice.
So that's in Greek and Brazilian,
Yes.
I think. But yeah, it's got some nice schemes in it. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
But yeah, Model Fit does some nice stuff. We've not really been able to get them on full trade, to be honest. Oh my god. I've never really looked in this. Oh god, you got to see this.
Oh my lord, giant box. I did wonder when you showed the box, I thought it looked a bit, yeah.
I mean, it's more instruction than box, look.
Yeah, you get a giant instruction sheet.
Yeah, massive instructions with it. I ain't got an overhead camera, so I can't show you, but it's really nice instructions, look.
Oh yeah, proper CAD.
I think you get a bit of PE with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you do, look. There you go. So you get a little PE and the things and that. So they do some different versions of the Mirage, and I think it's a nice little kit. Right, do you want to review it? You can send it down.
Yeah, go on then, bang us one down.
Yeah, look at that one. Hey up,
There you go.
Sam. Sam just emerged.
Quite nice, isn't it?
So I mean, I think they're a bit limited run, like, but yeah, we'll shove it in the box so you can have a look at it. Well, it does look all right, and it's resealable bag. At least then you ain't got to cut anything open.
Very nice. Well, what we'll do is Matt's going to put me to a care package together later on in the week. We'll get one sent down. I'll do a review on it. Right, 2 questions from Sean. Says, have you any word on the possible release date for the Kitty Hawk SU25? Sorry. To be honest, like we said last year, don't know. Kitty Hawk, yeah. It seems to come out and get released a long time before we can get them, like we were saying. They're a bit like Kinetic. Like the Picara is apparently out. So, but we will see that probably next year. So you might be better off going to certain fruit and veg store.
Yes.
Not being funny, you might as well go to a certain fruit and veg store on eBay and bring it in that way, because when it does come out, it'll get here a lot quicker than we can get them.
You know what? They ought to change their name to Open All Hours.
Yeah, yeah, Arc Rights. But yes. 2, our Great Wall Hobby kits in the box with the blue frame different to the classic boxing. Our Great Wall Hobby kit boxed with blue frame different. What's that about then? I recently completed a MiG-29 to a 912 version from the box and found that it was packed nicely. These I've seen the reviews, which are in a black box. Didn't get a poster either. It may be the first runs.
Yeah, they were the really first ones that you got. You got the little box art picture in the bottom of the box, didn't you?
If sometimes what happens is, that, I tell you, used to do it all the time, was AFE, wasn't it? And I've got, to be honest, a couple of theirs. AFE, their first run of them used to come with a beautiful like wallet, and it would have a print of the box art inside as well. So it sounds like it's a similar type of situation they do. I don't think AFE do that anymore. But to be honest, the one I've got up there, I've got their F5, and that's got it in there as well. So it's the limited edition, first edition ones. So yes, I don't think it's been just forgotten about. I just don't. They actually come with it after those ones. It's a bit like some of the, as you've seen, we spoke about it, the runs that I get, because it comes via John, who gives them to me before he does it for the magazine, of all the Kitty Hawk stuff. Sometimes I get the test ones, and then I'll review that, and they get stuff in there, like figures and all that type of thing that don't come with the kit. But they don't tell you that at the time. So a bit like the other week when I had Funny Soldiers in a box. That's because it was a limited edition, came with the first edition ones, and yeah, for review. Andy says, hi Phil, Matt and Andy, can you get hold of the Hobby Boss King Tiger in 1/35th scale, kit number 84532?
It's not available at our stockists at the moment, but our main stockist for that type of stuff, we've been reliably informed that there's a couple of containers on a ship somewhere.
Somewhere like in a port or somewhere
Well, it
else.
didn't quite get into port, did it? So.
No.
I think it's doing end of Jan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's been delayed. They should have had the shipment before Christmas, and it's been delayed till the end of Jan, like a lot of things. So
Yeah, it couldn't get into port, so it's ended up probably parked up somewhere.
yeah, it has. It has.
No, I haven't got a hangover from Bailey's, although that has all gone now, thank God. I'm making my way through Christmas cake at the moment, but luckily the turkey's all gone and everything. Nice with a bit of bubble and squeak. Thank you for your video info, sir. No problem at all. It's our pleasure. It's what we're here. Hopefully we'll keep you all entertained over the next few weeks. How long is this lockdown on for? They're on about mid next month.
Yeah, 7 weeks until they make another announcement. So
Yes, we need a 70-second F3 Tornado. We do, definitely.
James Moe has posted a fantastic picture in the questions bit.
Has it? Where?
Yeah, where?
2 PM questions underneath Andy Martin.
I'll have to refresh.
What, on the forum?
Yeah, you just read out Andy Martin's question.
Sorry.
Oh
about
yeah,
King
there is. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
That's his grandfather's.
It's got an hole in it. A little hole in the wing. God, that's a cracking photo. That's brilliant.
That is a good photo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny enough, my would have been great uncle flew the Hudson, and then he was killed in a Warwick. He's the one who got shot down. He used to fly the Hudsons. Apparently, he was only in the Warwick as a favour.
If you think about it, if that had been 2 foot further forward, it'd probably taken the main wing spar out and
Yeah.
taken the wing off.
See, don't build them like that anymore.
Absolutely not. Look at the riveting.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
sunken rivets on that, is there?
No, all raised rivets. Look.
That's like braille. Proper though, that's good, isn't it?
I bet it took them about 3 hours to repair it and get it flying
Yeah,
again.
they would just reskin it, top and bottom, be fine.
Patch it up, job done, innit? Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Uh,
Love the show, guys. I start watching you a month or so ago. Have this American saying bits and bobs. That's it. So I'll let you be British soon. We'll have you doing all the slang from different areas. Everyone thinks it's funny enough. I was talking to somebody about 6 months ago. We were talking about us as a group, and I was saying it's funny because everyone thinks of like Cockney rhyming slang with English. I said, but none of us are. I suppose I would be the closest by heritage. My lot are all from the East End, but I'm probably the only one. But the rest of them, because there's like the Northern Brigade, Midlands.
We're Midlands, aren't we?
We've got the Midlands lot. It's a totally different slang to it. And I said, I'm from down in the southwest, and we've got our own language altogether down this end. So, so yeah, it's not the normal slang that you'll hear, and you'll be picking up different things that, like we all say, like yeah, you.
Yeah. I was actually watching something yesterday about fishermen on BBC Two
Right.
in the evening, and Cornish fishermen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had subtitles on. I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, that's about right. I have to say, on this note, here's my other half's birthday today. Apparently, she's 46 again.
Again?
So happy birthday, sweets.
Happy birthday, Tams.
She's
Happy
Cornish.
birthday.
She's Cornish so much. She's actually blue and white stripes, and she's crimped around the edges.
And cream on the bottom in it.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, have cream. Cream on the bottom. Definitely not jam. And obviously, I'm Devon, so we're the other way around. That's always been our thing. But happy birthday to her. She's off today, and after this, we're going out to walk the dogs because that's all we're allowed to do. Can't take her out for dinner. So I did say after this, when we come off there, we'll go and take the dogs out for a walk. So yes.
You got nothing planned for this evening then?
No, because we can't go anywhere or do anything. I would have booked something down the pub down the road, but unfortunately we can't do that. So that's that out the window. But that was the plan. We were going to go down the pub tonight. So
In the nobody like doing takeaways, as in the pub food, and you just go.
most of our local ones are actually just closed because it's not worth them opening up like that. So if we go in the town, if we go in the village, it's different. But yeah, say if we go down the town, we can find somewhere. And I think the Chippy's open.
It's really out of season for you as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's it.
Roger says, would Phil sell a piece of filter for my bench vent so I could try? So I could buy I bet he's got none left, has he?
What, my filter? Hold on. What, you mean? Because, like, clearly I haven't been out under the house. How much do you want? That's it.
So that, hey, everybody will be messaging you.
I could flog you by the meter. How much shall I charge by the meter? You think this literally was, I can't remember how many meter roll it was, but it was huge. And now we're down to this. But this must be about, I've had this, well, got to be about 10 years now. And you lot keep having it as well. So it's not doing too bad.
Lasted well, isn't it?
It does last well. And you think, I think I paid something like £45 for it a long time. I know it's a bit more expensive than that now. But if you do buy a giant roll and you've got somewhere to keep it in your loft or something, it does pay for itself.
Phil,
You know?
Phil, Andy's looking proper uncomfortable when you're showing filters. And
Well, yeah, we know.
It's like, move on quickly, move on.
Mine's getting a bit mucky now.
But yeah, no, it is. It's one of those things. If you've got some members, you know, around you, a group, like if you've got like a local group, you go, just buy a roll and then one evening just cut it all up between you. It will save you an absolute fortune.
But do it social distancing.
Well, yeah, clearly do it social distancing. Yes, wear a mask.
Yeah. So,
Oh, well. Right, are we done then?
yeah, shall we call it a day?
Shall we call it a day for today? Right, okay, so don't forget, we'll be back with you tomorrow night. We've got the live show, so we'll be on with you at 7:30 tomorrow. And then obviously what we'll do is do a live from 2 till probably 4 on Friday. So we'll do a catch-up show and I'll do some bits and pieces with you. If the guys are around for that one, we'll be back with you on then as we make our way through. So as I said, keep an eye out on social media and all the bits and pieces for the live shows when we do it. Like I've said before, what I might do is run the cameras live. You won't hear me yapping. I can't answer, but I might just put the studio camera on if I can work out which one it is. I've changed all the cameras around. I've got Christmas show and everything. I've got, there you go. Like apparently that's the studio webcam, so that's gone wrong. So yeah, I've got to seriously go back and change all these all around because I don't even know if it is on because it's blue, but the overall big studio camera. But yes, we will be with you, keeping you entertained and stuff like that, hopefully. But say, keep an eye on social media, and I usually post it up a good few hours before we go live on these things and make our way through. So don't forget, you get all your bits and pieces over at the PM. If you're in the UK, obviously, you know, orders are going out straight away, same day and all the rest of it. Andy's working busy beaver behind the scenes doing stuff. So if things move around the actual site and you lose things, that's where that is. It'll be in a new...
or if it goes down completely.
Yeah, or if it suddenly well, it changed colour on me. When I did the show on, was it Monday or Tuesdays? It took me completely wrong-footed me because I'm doing this thing and I'm saying, and obviously you've made it a different colour. And I'm like, why is it grey?
In fact, that's not the same
completely
grey as it was
wrong-footed
the other
me
day.
because I didn't know you'd done it.
It's a lighter grey now than it was.
Yeah, I did notice that. That's a nicer grey. The other one was too dark. So yeah, at least you can see the difference between the Flooring Model site and that site now, because otherwise, if you go page for page, they look the same.
Well, I had it pink originally, then Matt said no, he don't like pink.
Well, we like pastels.
Pastels, I'm not, you know.
So then he said, he got me to keep moving it until it was grey.
My pink slacks.
Yes.
When the weather's better.
When he's wearing his pink slacks and yellow shirt. That's it.
Exactly.
His cravat, he's fine. It's like Austin Powers walking down the road.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll do us for tonight or this afternoon, depending where you are in the world. As I say, we will be with you on tomorrow night, 7:30. So if you want to join us for that, we'd love to have you along. Love to everybody. Stay safe. Remember all of this one. Keep social distance, keep washing your hands, and stay in, because we are apparently on lockdown. I know a lot of people are still going out and all the rest of it, but we need to get on top of this. And obviously, if you're in the UK, get yourself vaccinated when you can and everything else like that as well. And then hopefully we can get back to normal next year. We'll be all right.
Yep.
Cool. Very good. Right. Thank you very much. We will see you soon then. So say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.